spot, we're going to be having a look at the Legendary Comicbook Heroes Pitt Series Super Patriot. Super Patriot, as mentioned, comes from the Pitt Series, so this would be Wave 1. An interesting thing to point out as well, because I'm sure somebody will ask me how much I paid for these. I paid about $70 for the set. In store, though, retail-wise, they would have gone for about, as you can see, $15.99. Whether I would pay $15.99 for a Super Patriot, I would probably say no. But collect all 6 figures and build your own Pitt. This figure does come with the left arm of Pitt. I don't know if that's an actual representation, but you just see the size difference between the two. I'm pretty sure Pitt's even larger than that based on how big these arms and stuff are. But there's the front of the packaging. If we have a look on the back of the packaging, it's a bit of a read-up for Super Patriot. I'll read it, don't worry. No, you guys sit tight, eat your sandwiches, whatever you're doing, I'll read it. Super Patriot was once Johnny Armstrong, a soldier in World War II. He was captured by the enemy and used as a guinea pig for scientific experiments. Captain America! Captain America! Which gave him superhuman powers. He destroyed the enemy base, donned an American flag-style costume, and defended the world against evil as Super Patriot. After a savage attack by one of his foes, his body was taken by Cyber Data, a corporation of underground scientists who transformed him into a powerful cyborg. He continues to use his powers to save the world. There you go, there's Super Patriot. The other couple of comic covers there for the other characters in the wave, and then the characters in the wave for this series. We've got Ripclaw, we've got Judge Dredd, Super Patriot, we've got Madman, we've got Savage Dragon, and we've got Witchblade. The only figures I really wanted to get from this wave were the Ripclaw, the Judge Dredd, the Witchblade, and actually the Madman I thought was pretty neat as well. The real reason I wanted it was for the Pitt. I would have paid about $70, maybe $60 for the Pitt on its own. The fact that I was able to get the whole set for about $5 more was awesome, and I jumped for the chance. I'm looking forward to getting that Pitt put together, and as soon as I get him put together, I'll definitely do a review of him. But there you have the packaging on Super Patriot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this guy opened up, and once he's opened up, we will get a closer look at Super Patriot. I would say Super Patriot's a good example of a figure that when you see a picture of it, you think, eh. When you get him in the packaging, you kind of think, But when you actually get him out of the packaging, you actually appreciate how nice the figure does look. A lot of detailing, nice paint scheme. You got the American flag. Nice star on his crotch. I don't know. But nice American flag on his face. Not bad. He kind of reminds me of a robotic Patriot from the old wrestling days. If anybody remembers the Patriot, he used to come out to Kurt Angle's music. That dun 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 dun. Well, I won't sing it, but. So I actually really like the figure. I'm surprised. It's a nice looking figure. It's not definitely one I would have jumped on if I saw him in the store, but I think now that I see him in person, I think he's really, really nice. I really like him, actually. I like the detailing on his face. He's got like the goggles going on there. I really like his arm cannon, if you guys can see all the detailing on the cannon. In the way of articulation, he has articulation in the head. He has articulation in the shoulders. Oh, look at that. Here's something else that's interesting to point out. With most Marvel Legends, when you get shoulder pads, it's a piece of rubber, and it hinders the shoulders, or the articulation on the shoulders. In Super Patriot's example here, it's not rubber, it's a plastic, but it's actually hinged. You guys see that? You can actually lift and lower the shoulder pads, so you can bend his arm up and the shoulder pad doesn't obstruct it. I think that's pretty cool. But going back to his articulation, he's got articulation in the shoulders, he's got it in the arm, the elbow, the hand. He also has articulation in the fingers. It almost looks like, no, it's not. I also noticed though that the finger is sticking out from the hand here. Get it back in there. But he does have articulation in the four fingers, also in the hand. I was just looking at it just now that you'll see that the peg for the four fingers is sticking out. I'm going to try to get that back in there. I won't do it just now because I don't want to eat up a couple of minutes of time just trying to get the fingers back in. But he's got articulation in the torso, in the waist. He's got articulation in the legs, 2 points in the knee. He's got a swivel in the calf, articulation in the boot, in the foot area, and also in the toe. Loads of detail. Love the detailing on the guy. The paint is really nice, the paint application in the chest. And I really like the ponytail. Nice detailing on the compartments in his belt. A very 90s thing. If anybody goes back and reads 90s comics, Cable was bad for it. Most of like Cyberforce was bad for it. They went to town with pockets and belts and all that kind of stuff. Even if you look at the old Cable comics, he had belts all over. He had little pockets all over his arms, all over his legs. So I mean, looking at this definitely reminds me of the 90s, with all the little compartments there. But I definitely will say Super Patriot is one of those figures that, give it a chance. Even if you didn't follow the comic series, even if you think it's a bit of a ripoff of like a Captain America, I definitely will say give this figure a chance. He'll grow on you, trust me. I'm actually surprised how much I like this figure now that I've opened him. The Pitt accessory that he comes with is another arm. And what I pointed out with the Rip Claw was that there's loads of articulation. The chain is rubbery, so it doesn't hinder at all the articulation. And then he's got individual articulation in all the fingers. Very, very nice. And once again, just give you guys a size comparison. Here's the arm. I mean, I'm not holding it closer to the camera. That arm is taller than Super Patriot. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive. I'm definitely looking forward to getting this guy put together. But that pretty much wraps up the toy spot on Super Patriot. Definitely one of those figures that I thought in the beginning was going to be disappointing. But now that I've actually opened him up, I really, really like this figure. And if you guys can get past the fact that maybe the character isn't the greatest, you actually get the figure itself, you'll be pleasantly surprised. But there you have a toy spot on the Legendary Comicbook Heroes Super Patriot from the Pitt Series. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.